All right, so it's been almost, I want to say about a week. It's been a week since you looked at me. Um, or so. The whole Kendrick Drake beef feel like is pretty much over, so I guess it's we haven't heard anything else or nothing else, so we could assume it's a wrap. Um, I was like, been ragging my head of like who necessarily won or whatever. I'm not gonna go through and necessarily, everybody else done already did it. Everybody else done played the tracks. Everybody else done mashed them all up. Um, I'll just give brief of everything. Um, of like from Family Matters, which I think is a dope track. It's really three songs in one. Um, I thought Drake did a lot in it. I was like, not only just making a song that you can pretty much bump in the car, which I was like, I like that each artist did do that as well too, where it was like, I'm gonna give you tracks that you could play so we could tell the story, but also tracks that is like we also can play in the car, tell the story, but you also can vibe too. Um, so I was like, I like that. I was like, he did give I was like, I like that while doing the Kendrick thing, he also addressed everybody else that he'd been talking with. Cause I'm like, guess what? Drake had to do that because he getting hit from all in all different spots. Um, I was like, also spilling out that bit of tea or whatever like that. I know there was I was like, and you know, I was like, I was like, I was like the one where he came. I was like the first one where he just came at him. Like I said, the middle one. Then the last one where he gave out the tea about like how do you attack your girl, and is that even your girl, and all the whole color thing and all that other stuff. Which I was like, after a while it started being like beef, and then it started being like commentary and TED talks and stuff. That's what I will say. That I was like, this did become too much. I was like, it went from being like, oh, cool, this beef, cool, we hate each other, but I guess from all the people's end, it was just kind of like, oh my god, now it's just TED talk and all this other stuff. Um, I was like, the 616. I was like, uh, I thought it was cool. I was like, it wasn't necessarily like tops. Um, but I was cool with. It. I was like, okay, okay, I could rock with this and stuff. Um, I was like the grams. That I was like that's not something that gonna get played in the car. That was just a song. Um, I was like mixed feelings about it. Not necessarily, and I was like it's mixed because it's like I like everything he basically where he attacked. He basically like the kid. I was like pops, mom, Drake himself. I was like went at him, tortured him. Whereas like 6 was just sort of like poking everything and just seeing where it's about where it's just kind of like it's like oh man like to be honest the 6 was kind of like Drake's I mean not Drake's J Cole 7 minutes. That's sort of like what it was, where it was just a very vague little like shove. Um, which I mean, like up until they started getting personal, I was like, all of it's been sort of lighthearted, And then when we got to the gram, that one was really, cause that one was really just coming at you at like your character, you as a man, um, all this stuff, where it's just basically like you don't stand on nothing, you ain't bound nothing. Um, and I was like, I was like, I was like, I don't, it's really hard to say, cause it's like, I was like, it is a diss, but there's a reason why we all sort of vibe to the next one. I was like, and not just because it's like a hit, it's a bop and all that other stuff, but it's because I was like, I was like, it was still like it was like a storytelling type of disc where it's like I'm gonna destroy you, and this is really just something that you just play back later on. Um, I was like, not that I'm not saying that it wasn't good. I just don't know how to feel about it. And I was like I said, I didn't need these to be, like I want to play these in my car or dance and all that other stuff, or, I was like, I didn't, that's not all I need. I was like, that's not what I needed. But I will say that it was like, it was like you heard that. I was like, you hear that record, and it's like you're like, hmm, maybe I need to go see therapy. Like that's how I felt about it. Like, ooh, that one. I was like, that like that one, one of those things where where like you hear something at church, and they ain't. I was like, they ain't addressing you. They might be talking about something that's going on in their life or something that's going on in the world or whatever, but it still makes you sort of think about like, I need to get myself right. I need to. I was like, maybe I be over here messing up. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but then we got Not Like Us, and that's where I feel like I was like, it was over. I was like, it was like, and I was I was like, look, because I was like, if you go on the internet and stuff like that, or it's all social media and stuff like that, I don't think you're ever going to get a real accurate answer and nothing like that. Because I'll say, like, after each person dropped their stuff, each one was like, damn, this might be it. Oh no, damn, this might be it. No, damn, this might be it. Um, that's why you can sort of tell who was the Kendrick stands and the Drake stands, because there was never any nuance to any of the stuff. It was really like I gotta just hit a record myself and come up with my own stuff, because otherwise they're gonna lead you astray. And I'm like, you have your own opinion after hearing all the stuff. And my opinion is that even though we got into some muddy water, I was like, especially Drake with the whole P dial stuff. Guess what? That's that, and making a record out of it. That's why I was like, this is over. And it's not even something that I'm like to me. I was like, going to this basketball season, it's the playoffs. I'll say this was a six. I would like a 6 game win. I would like 6 wins for Kendrick out of a 7 game series. Uh, I was like, I mean, they played. I was like, I feel like I was like, kind of worded that. I worded that all hella wrong. I was like, it's four. I was like, I was gonna say four. I was like 4-2. Cause I was like, I don't even. I was like, cause I don't think it made to a game 7. I think it came close. Um, and really, I say that because I think that Night Like Us, no matter what he did with the heart, which I thought was also a really good record, and I thought it. I was like, but it really. I was like, I thought it was a diss, but it was too much of also have Drake having to also fight back against too much of the stuff that I don't think he could. I was like, he wasn't able to full on diss. I was like, he wasn't able to full on diss Kendrick, whereas Kendrick was able to just diss him straight up. Which Kendrick also never battled back any of the stuff, but we don't care about that because one sided of things. I'll talk about that in a different video. But I was like, I do think that we almost got a game 7, but I think overall, I think Kendrick won the series. Um, I was like, we will never see these two teams match up again in the playoffs. Um, I will say that this should, keeping with basketball, this should feel like Steph versus LeBron, where it's like we know that Steph team, beat LeBron's team all but once. But if you also think about it, Steph also got KD, which I mean, Kendrick had everybody else, which means that Drake couldn't always focus all just on Kendrick. But, just like LeBron couldn't focus on just Steph, it also had to be KD. But I will say, too, that just like how LeBron won one, and we gave that a good amount of praise because it's like, yo, he won one in Cleveland against this type of team. I do think that Drake should get a lot of credit because going into this, nobody didn't think he was going to win. Yes, everybody got their size, but also, let's be honest. So, Drake coming out with tracks and records, and he was going bar for bar for bar for bar as well too. I was like, I think that Drake did get his did I was like did and should get his little championship parade. Problem is that when you put those accusations on somebody, you kind of not going to get it, and that's sort of the whole thing with all this. Now, I was like, only thing he could do is say that he doesn't. That's not going to be good enough for people, especially the people that got the little thread list out there too, and seeing it. And I was like, I mean, I know there's quite a bit of them, and a lot of people doing like the background history and all the, showing the Carfax. I was like, look, I'm not even going to say nothing on that because I'm like, if he is, guess what? Y'all get him out the paint. It's as simple as that. But I was like, if none of y'all gonna get him out the paint, then I was like, then I don't know what we do with that. Cause all he can say is no, he doesn't, and that's it. Just like how somebody can just throw those, like once you throw certain words at on people, all the isms and the aisles and the isses. Guess what kind of hard to do? Refute any of that, because it don't matter what you say, they don't matter what you do, you kind of really can't come back for something like that unless you just got enough people that just don't believe and anything is poppycock. Yes, I said that word just because I don't know what word is allowed anymore. So I was like, I was like, I will give it to Kendrick because I was like, don't give me, I was like I wasn't really too much of a fan of Euphoria. I was like, but I cannot also act like Ken Lamar didn't like rap his ass off on this. I was like, Drake rapped his ass off on this, but Kendrick rapped his ass off on this in a different way. Where it's like Drake seemed to me got he got the bars, da 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 da. Whereas like Kendrick was really like it was really laying it down. Like I said, the Meet the Grams one was a really like damn. He did bars and he did lyrics that are really just talking to you, and that is scathing. It felt like your parent being disappointed at you. I also will say that I was like, some things about all this felt funky, just because it seemed like it seemed like I was like, it seemed like people knew about all their stuff at the same time that they knew about everybody's stuff. So like like everybody knew that they both had stuff ready to go. I was like, obviously Drake with the trying to keep PG Family Matters. He had the three stuff going together, and I was like, the thing that I was like, which I think is the thing that sucks is that it's Family Matters, but it sucks because that's really three different diss tracks that we're not putting in the same way that we're doing with Kendrick's diss tracks of everything with Meet the Grams and Not Like Us. but it seemed like I was like, cause I was like, even Kendrick stuff, like his stuff was quick, but it's almost like whenever the people got it, it seemed like the other side got it way before we did. Just because of how fast the other ones, I was like, well, especially like Kendrick's, his stuff got let out where it wasn't. It really was. It was like quick. It was like that, and but to me, I also think some of this stuff was already ready to go. Not to not like us. I don't think that was. I think the Meet the Grams. I think that one was sort of already sort of ready to go. Not like us. I was like, I think that one was pretty much like yo, he even said it. Ego slide on. And I was like, that's what he pretty much did with this one. Like, it really was just ready to go. He chopped this up in a couple hours or whatever. He like, yo, Mustard, give me a beat, and I gave him a hot dog, and he over here slid that. Um, yeah, and I was like, but Drake being right there of hearing that and having his not too long after that. That's why I said it seemed like they like it seemed like they both had like there was like a mercenary mode for everybody where it was just like it's like oh man, and it was just like a recorder and it was just like all right, send that to Drake, send that to Kendrick, and then they just on both teams like yeah. I was like that I don't know some just seemed fishy with it, but hey, my final is Kendrick. Um, I was like outside. I was like I mean look, I was like, none of y'all really care. But no, I was like, I'm not gonna lie. Some of y'all seem like bots online that I was like, I don't know how many of y'all really actually care about any of the stuff that was said on either. We were just here for bars and we were just here for lyrics. And I think Kendrick won. But I ain't gonna lie, I like Drake stuff a lot because I felt like his I felt like a lot of his bars was really good. I mean, like really good, really great, and uh, I was like, but like I said, when you got Kendricks and his talking to you all like a pops, I think I was like, I just think that the way Kendrick's tone through it all was him being the serious one. I think like how Drake said in the heart where he was uh, like getting the pen out, doing some exercise. I really felt like Drake really did that. I think that Drake really he took it seriously, but I thought he was taking this like regular season serious. Like he wants the number one seed, and like he was Lakers, where just like you won the in-season tournament, but you end up having to be in a playing game. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Maybe that's a bad analogy. I don't know. I was like, he took it seriously. You know what it is? You know what it is? It's like you don't ever want to get into a fight with somebody who likes to fight. That's really what it is. I was like, I thought Drake did this, and he's like, oh cool, I'm a fight. But Kendrick's like, I've been waiting for someone to fight me, and I think that's the difference here. Is that you? I don't know if Drake hates Kendrick, but I think that Kendrick hates Drake, and that is a difference in the tone and the feeling of it. And I think that's why Kendrick sort of got this more. Cause I was like, even in the not like you felt that he did not like Drake, whereas Drake just wanted to see who was the best. That's what's the difference. Drake wanted to see who was the best penmanship, bar on bar, making the song, seeing how the people go. While Kendrick was like, I don't care. I just want to make sure that people turn on you. He chose violence, and to me that's the difference. Because I was like, even not like us. I was like, that's tough. That's tough. But yeah, anyway, I was like, there will be another video I will do with this because I have other thought that has to do necessarily with the beef, but more on everybody else involvement, all the other like people and all that other stuff, and like the analysis, the thinking process of this, because we just couldn't have like an actual beef. Just had to turn into like other things and stuff like that that I think probably prove different points than what we're all doing here about analyzing bar for bars, drink song for song, and all that other stuff. But anyway, yeah. Till then, or unless one of them drops something else, I'm out, yo.